So last night I finally got the DJI Osmo Pocket. Been interested in this camera for a while, a big fan of the DJI drones, and I'm gonna go on a road trip here to drop my car off to my parents' house for some safekeeping. So I thought it'd be the perfect opportunity to take this guy on the road and review it and then get some great footage of the trip along the way. First stop is to pick up my good buddy over in North Carolina who's gonna join me for the rest of the trip. Back and forth between the DJI Pocket and the GoPro Hero 7. Mostly they both seem to have the same image stabilization capabilities, but through way different means. So this one, the Osmo Pocket, is mechanical, and then there's some black magic in the Hero 7 that does it. But what really sold me on this is what you already saw earlier in the video, is the ability to take a motion time lapse. So kind of panning across the landscape, but also doing time lapses is a very unique feature to a mechanical gimbal because it can actually move. Now, there might be a way to put like the Hero 7 on an egg timer or something like that, but really it's more trouble than it's worth. It kind of ruins the I want to say the concept, but having it all packed into the same unit and the portability is what really drove me towards this one. So far so good. As you've seen, there's been some really smooth footage driving along here, and so far so good. I'm still on my way, still in Virginia, and on my way to North Carolina. That's what really drove me towards this one. So far so good. As you've seen, there's been some really smooth footage driving along here, and so far so good. I'm still on my way, still in Virginia, and on my way to North Carolina. All right, made it to North Carolina. I want to introduce you all to a good friend of mine here that I've known ever since college. Everyone meet Steve.
How y'all folks doing?
All right, he's going to join me on the trip all the way to New Orleans from Nashville. We're going to hit Pensacola, then New Orleans, but first I'm going to get some North Carolina barbecue. Sound good to you, Steve?
The best in the business. Carolina does barbecue best.
Successful stop in Durham to get some Carolina pulled pork. Got the whole hog style. Next up, gonna hit Nashville. Looks like about a 7-hour drive ahead of us, rolling tonight, and then see what Nashville's all about. All right, 12 hours and all day of driving later here in Nashville at the Gaylord Opry Hotel. Place is massive, looks like Disneyland, and looks completely absurd for a hotel. Let's see what's inside. One of my favorite features so far is the ability to make a stable video while circling around something, so you can speed it up and make a sort of time lapse around very large structures and actually not look too shaky. So here we are at the Parthenon, Nashville, and gonna do just that. Medium was a poor choice.
I'm crying.
Mild next time.
It's only how to live bad. I might say won't swing.
Nashville was a fantastic city, and I got to see one of my childhood friends, my next door neighbor growing up, who lives here, and his wonderful fiance. Got to meet her. Now, next stop is going to be Pensacola, Florida, but first, a quick stop in Alabama to one of the legendary Big Bob Gibson's Chicken, and a place I've been dying to visit ever since I read about it in one of my favorite barbecue books. Let's do this. Leaving a religious experience at Big Bob Gibson's Chicken. I got the shirt on. I'm all ready with Steve, and now we're on our way to Florida. What'd you think, Steve?
It was a religious experience, and I'm lucky that I didn't get arrested for not having my passport in Alabama.
Love it. Oh my gosh. If you ever find yourself in Decatur, Alabama, I don't know why, but highly recommended. All right, on to Florida.
Twerking, that would be me, yes. I'm the Steve who twerks, you got that
straight. Steak trip was successful. Steve's very first steakhouse.
Loved it. Absolutely delicious. I was sick to my stomach. I never ate so much in my life. Well worth it.
And now we're leaving Pensacola. Next stop, town where it all started for me, where I was born, New Orleans, Louisiana. Look at this, Steve.
What is this? This is an island.
This is Buc-ee's.
It's huge. It's way bigger than a Wawa.
The Yankee has no business walking in Beach Express in Alabama.
What'd you think?
I love it. I'm a huge fan. This place is amazing. I'm a huge fan of the Gulf Coast, and I want to get some crawfish in my belly.
All right. Back up. Unfortunately, I had to leave Steve in New Orleans and made it here to Houston, Texas 5 hours later for the last of the barbecue road trip across America here at Gatlin's and Houston, Texas. And wanted to take a second and talk about my overall thoughts of this camera. So I can't get over how convenient it's been. It truly is a pocket camera. It's fit next to me in my pocket with my cell phone the whole time. On the downside, the focusing issues are a concern with the videos. Haven't come up with a good way of how to tell because the screen is so tiny you can't really tell if you're in good focus or not. So definitely some room for improvement with that. But the features, motion, time lapse, active track, all great pluses, and I'd say this is going to be my primary video camera from now on. So finish up some delicious barbecue, and then finish off my road trip on the way back to San Antonio. Thanks everyone for watching, and hope this helped you all choose.